So, thank you so much, Ambassador Ronke, for this golden opportunity to speak in this meeting today. I'm very excited. Thank you. I don't take it for granted. I appreciate it so much, and I celebrate you. I want to thank you because since the first day that I became a member of your team, life has not been the same. It's been an awesome experience and it's been a wonderful one, Down to my story, let me just quickly ask a question. What does it feel like when you wake up in the morning and then you suddenly discover that you have cancer? And then the whole life is ahead of you and you don't know what to do. What does it feel like when you eventually retire as a public servant and then you realize that, you have been living a completely false life? Because after you retire, a percentage and a fraction of your salary is what is given to you. And then at the end of the day, that money is like 20% of what you used to earn every month. So it no longer meets your needs and it can no longer take care of you. I think these two can be reasoned as part of my story. Anyway, I want to say that I'm one of those people who never really liked network marketing. In fact, I didn't even know what multi-level marketing was all about. The only thing I knew was network marketing. I had network marketing. And each time any of these people came to my office to come and talk, I always drove them away. Each time I saw them around, I just asked them to go. Sometimes one of my colleagues will always keep them in the office when I'm not around and allow them wait for me because he knew that when I came back, I was going to ask them, to go away. But ironically, how did I come to become a part of this whole opportunity? A couple of days before I saw this opportunity, I was at the NYC Secretariat in Benin, and some of these consultants from one of these multi-level marketing outfit, they came to come and advertise their product. I think it was the long-range product. Yeah, that's correct. And then this one was a banker. She came with some of her bankers. They work in the bank, but they were doing this part-time as well. She talked so fluently about it, but the moment I saw it was network marketing and it was multi-level marketing, I switched off. I just went to the corner of the room and I was doing my thing because I was not interested, And then at the end of the day, they told her that I was one public servant, a senior manager, an assistant director, blah, blah, blah. And then she started to talk to me. She collected my number. She promised to come to my office. But frankly speaking, I told her, no way, I was not interested. But ironically, 3 days down the road, I was in a plane going to Abuja because it was going to be my birthday and I wanted to travel out of the country. So I entered a plane, to go to Abuja. And then I was going through my status because I was like whiling away time. And then I saw the wife of my friend posted something like, those of you that are 40 and above, and then you don't have a house, you don't have your pension prepared for you, what are you going to do with your life? And I was wondering, being somebody in the pension industry, I was like, okay, what is she talking about? So I sent her a message and I said, hey, madam, why are you yabbing us now? What have we done to you? And then she said, Uncle Cash, it's not you that I'm talking to. I'm just talking to those people, who are in your category that don't have their life together. What are they going to do when they retire? What are they going to do after pension? So that was the question. And then at that point, I said to her, okay, so what do you want to do for them? Do you want to help them? She now said, oh, sure. There's something that I do that works for me. Maybe you want to come and see it. I don't know, from nowhere, because I had been thinking I wanted something for my birthday. It was a very, very significant birthday of mine, and everybody wanted me to throw a big party. They wanted me to celebrate. And I said, no, I'm not the type that likes to celebrate birthday, but I wanted something. And it just killed. And I said, okay, let me come and take a look at it. And that weekend, I went for a presentation. It was not a Zoom presentation, unlike now that we have Zoom presentation. It was a physical presentation in Gudu. I canceled everything that I had to do that weekend. I told everybody around me that I was going for a VIP invitation, and I went there, I saw the presentation, and this is where my story started. Funny enough, when I got to the place that day, the first person that I met was Barrister Peter. I met Barrister P on that day, and then he was the one who was doing the dream building and all that. Then I saw his story. He was an assistant director in service, and I saw his salary, and then I saw what he was making in that business. At the point when I saw his salary, in comparison with what he has been able to make within the period of time that I was in the business, I just told myself, this is something for me, because I'm an assistant director in service as well, and then your salary as a public servant actually does not take you home, even if it's a little bit comfortable. If it depends on the agency where you work, at a point in time you realize that when you retire, the money is not enough for you to take care of yourself. So you must begin to ask yourself, what are you going to do when that gap comes in? So that was my thinking at that point in time. So it was actually fantastic. So, and then I attended the presentation, I saw it totally differently. It was different from everything that I'd ever seen before. What I understood was bring one, bring two, network marketing. I didn't know what it was. But that day I had a totally different concept, the system, the arrangement, the presentation, everything was fantastic. In fact, before they finished, I was even saying, round up, let me pay. And I paid for 3 portfolios on that day. And then I was excited. I left and I went home. I told my cousin and he said, oh, those people, they have talked to you. They have railroaded you, blah, blah, blah. He was just talking. I said, okay, for saying this, I know what I'm going to do. Tomorrow I went back there and I paid for 7 accounts eventually. So I made it 7 accounts instead of 3 accounts. And that's how my journey started. And then the ups and downs, you start the business and then you get to learn, you get to train yourself. I remember vividly at the beginning, we were told that you should forget everything that you ever knew. Forget the fact that you are a manager, forget the fact that you are a professor, you are a doctor. When you come into this business, you need to start from the very, very rudiment and then go through the ranks and then you will learn and then you start. That's the way I started. But to cut a long story short, what is my story eventually? There's a part of it that, became very exciting because 4 months down the road, as soon as I joined the business, I started having problems with part of my stomach where I had, my cancer surgery because I'm a cancer survivor. And then I started having these issues. So I called Ambassador Ronke, who happened to be my leader, and I said to her, this is what I was going through. And then she said to me, Mr. Cash, why are you not using your product? I said, what product? She said, the one that they gave to me. I said, really? She said, yeah. I said, okay. I gave some to my mom. I gave some to friends. I don't know. I think I have a couple of them. So she now encouraged me to start using this product. So I took the products. I started to use them. And at that point in time, I wanted to quickly dash out to go and see my doctors, to be sure that all was fine. And luckily for me, it was about the 4th month. I had been paid my first 1 something million naira. So I just bought a ticket and I went to Germany for 7 days. I went to see my doctors and I took the product with me. I showed it to them and I said to them, this is what I'm taking. Somebody recommended it for me. And my doctor said, fantastic, that I can take them, but that they are very expensive. But if I can afford it, I should go ahead and take them. So that's the story. And then I took those products. I came back. I took them diligently for 3 months plus. And on the 6th of December precisely, I took the next flight. I went back to Germany. I went into the hospital the next day. I went for checkup. They did colonoscopy. After the colonoscopy, when the doctors came out, they told me that my intestines were looking like that of a newborn baby. I was shocked. I was perplexed. I wept. And I started to thank God. And then 2 days after, I had to go to see this College of Surgeons. Like these are the major doctors in the teaching hospital that did my surgery then, 7-8 years ago. So I had to go and see them for analysis. And during the analysis, I was eventually declared cancer-free. You know what it's like. You know what it meant to me. For me, that was the word. That was the break point for me. Like, for real, I was declared cancer-free. For using this product for 3 months, wow, all the pain that was having disappeared. Up till date, that pain is gone. I use the product continually. So at that point, I just said to myself, I have found a treasure. This is my own treasure because this treasure gives me life and gives me an opportunity for me to make residual income. So it's 3 in 1. Number one, I'm meeting with different people from different sphere of life. I have a new community. I have a new life. Secondly, my health is being taken care of. And thirdly, I'm making residual income. And then I quickly understood the fact that I could register my children. So I registered, I have 2 daughters. I registered the 2 of them immediately, before I started to register people under them. And I realized that each time, if I made 100K, my daughters would make 20K, 10K, 5K. For me, it was beautiful. It didn't matter how small it was, but it meant a whole lot because when I was actually joining the business, I was thinking of doing 100K per month. But of course, when you come in and then you realize that a lot of people are doing so much, you now realize that 100K is like Bembele, is a tip in the iceberg, So that was my story. That was the way I started. And eventually I was declared cancer free. And then I became very, very happy. At that point, I told myself, I have found something that I'm going to hold on to, that I'm going to run with, And then eventually, let us come to the meat of the matter. Why I was invited to talk in this presentation today, in this meeting this morning. I want to thank Ambassador Ronke once again because her encouragement has been, undescribable. She's been there. It doesn't matter how much you mess up, how much you do your thing. She's there to always talk to you, to tell you what to do. Of course, I listen to mentorship. It doesn't matter how big you think you are. When you come into a new trade, you have to listen and learn. You have to start from the beginning and learn, and then you grow. And because I listen to mentorship, I follow her instructions, I decided to start doing follow-up. It is follow-up that brought 11 people, that gave me the lead that I've had recently. What do? I prospect like a rock star. I mean, I've listened to that video from Ambassador Ronke over and over again. So today, everybody, in fact, the moment you say good morning to me, I'm thinking like Buena Vida. The moment you say good afternoon, I'm thinking like Buena Vida. That's the truth. Everybody knows me. Everywhere, work, outside, everywhere, family, they know that this is what I do. And I'm doing it passionately. Because I see a lot of future, I see a lot of promise in it, and that's why I've carried it on my head like gala, So, and what I do basically is that every day I run my business. I wake up in the morning. Once I wake up, the first thing that I do, I go and check if Ambassador Ronke have posted anything. Once I see anything from her, I read it, I take a look at it. Then from any of the leaders, I go to the groups, I check whatever have been posted. If it's something that I've not seen before, I read them so that I can keep myself, up to date. And then I start my day to send. You see, the truth is that one of the beautiful part of this opportunity is the fact that anywhere you are, wherever you are, you can do it. It gives you wake up in the morning, you don't want to wake anybody in the house, you can do it. You wake up in the morning, you are not, if it's not break time, daytime, you want to go out, you can do it. Yeah, so when I do my morning walk, I listen to motivational tape from Les Brown, Eric Warren, Mark Morris, and a whole lot of others, it's an opportunity for me to take time out to listen to something even while I'm working. So it then means that every time and every situation that you find yourself, you can actually do something about your business. So what I would encourage everyone listening to my voice today is that the key to succeed is first of all, equip yourself by learning. Then you have to be disciplined, and you have to do your KPI. Being disciplined is very, very important, so that every day you do the activities, follow up, and follow up. You have to prospect. It's not just prospecting. If you prospect from now till eternity, you don't follow up, you don't get sign-ups at the end of the day. So after prospecting, what do? Then we have to follow up. So the key, and the key to everything is in the follow-up at the end of the day. You have to follow up and follow up and follow up again. There are no excuses whatsoever. A lot of people will give excuses, but the truth is that Ambassador Mike keeps telling us that no matter how beautiful our excuses are, it is what they are. They are excuses. They are nothing more than excuses. Excuses will not take you anywhere. Excuses will not give you a result. And Ambassador Ronke used to say, hope is not a strategy in business. So we can't be hoping that something is going to happen when we don't do what we have to do. So I will encourage everyone today to please take the gauntlet, start to do prospecting, start to follow up old people, follow up people that you have invited before, people that you have shown the business. You've seen the statistics in our business that shows you that 10% of the people at the end of the day are the ones that will do a third or a fourth follow-up. But 85% of the people will not do, they will just do one follow-up. So how many percent of the people sign up by just the first follow-up? Just 10% of the people as well. So 85% of the people that will join our business at the end of the day are going to join your business because they've seen different show. You've shown them the business different times, maybe 3, 4, 5 times. Okay? So knowing this, I think that if we do this, we are going to succeed. We are going to be very successful in this business. So guys, like I said, for me, this is my retirement plan. As a public servant, you ask yourself, when I retire, what exactly am I going to get? You know that so most times the disparity between what you earn when you work and what you get when you retire is so much that I can authoritatively tell you that there is no public servant in the space of the normal public service today that will retire as a director and get more than 100-something thousand naira. If you already know that, and just God forbid your children are in school at the time that you are going to retire, your pension is 120,000 naira. What are you going to do with it? So the best thing to do is for you to start now. For those of you that are working in private sphere, that are working for people, what is the retirement plan that you have for yourself? So if you don't have any, this is the time for you to tell yourself, let me start small. You can start as a part-timer and do it bit by bit until you get to a point where you now tell yourself, you now begin to decide, am I going to do it full-time or am I going to continue to do it part-time? But the truth is that any which way you look at it, there is no mistake in doing this business. There is no mistake in keying into this opportunity because it's a win-win situation. You enjoy the product, you belong to a new family of people. Look at the Emerge event the other day. Being there alone is something that people should pay paid money to come and see, just to come and be a part of it, and you are a part of this family. What is more beautiful than that? Look at the Emerge situation. And then thirdly, your health is being taken care of, your social life, and then you are building residual income for yourself. So once again, Ambassador Ronke, thank you so much. Thank you, Engineer Dominic. Thank you all the leaders for the opportunity. Thank you for the support that I've gotten. There are a lot of people that have trained me, that have mentored me in this business, that continue to mentor me every day. Anytime I run to you, I appreciate your support. I appreciate your help. God bless you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lagos team. I hope you are in the house. Thank you so much for this golden opportunity. Have a nice day, everyone. God bless you. That's my story, and see you at the top.